Hi, everybody. This is Jim Havlin. I just want to go over our offering for a workshop called Get Your Numbers Right. It's all about scorecards, KPIs, all the things that go into numbers for startups at various stages, all the way from 0 people up to a couple hundred people. A lot of people get this wrong, and we have a great way of presenting it and getting everyone to have a better view of their numbers. We talk about them in 3 levels. We talk about the KPIs, the things to do every day. What does everyone need to be able to be clear on what success looks like in their role. We talk about how teams need weekly and quarterly numbers that they're trying to get to. They're really aligned to what execution looks like in your business. And we talk about forecasts, the numbers we need to make sure we're growing as a business. We're doing the right things as a business. And this really aligns with our notions of execution strategy and vision and how those things play out, how we create clarity for us and turn expectations into agreements. So we've always had numbers around in every business. We need to be able to ask all the right questions. And so we go through those in the workshop so that everyone understands the purposes for the numbers and also the differences between the different ways we think about it. Why we have KPIs for everyone, the different ways to use those in management and also in having everyone understand their own path towards success and their own path towards mastery. And the scorecards, how we use those to unify everyone and keep everyone really clear on what everyone else is doing sufficiently so they don't say, hey, I've got communications problems. And we also talk about all the disciplines we've learned about creating numbers that represent how the business is doing, where we're going, and how we're going to get there, and whether we're following all the right steps to get there, and how we break those down: revenue, profit, leading and lagging indicators, the things that we have to work on to get to efficiency and our North Star, and all these different types of questions we need to answer for the business to help us understand what are the right numbers for all of our stakeholders. We also use this funnel concept to go over with everybody. Like there's everything in the business. We talk about sales quite often in a funnel where there's outreach and interest, so on and so forth. And like we need to make sure there's enough outreach to make sure we get to enough money at the bottom, and how we use that as a visualization to get to figuring our numbers so we don't get surprised at the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter about what goes on. Same thing works for hiring all the right people. We need enough resumes to have enough candidates, so on and so forth. As part of this, you also get access to our modeling tool, which includes both a reverse income statement, we also call it a risk, and a time-based model for how you figure out how that risk applies to over time. All of these tools that we've just talked about, you also get the deck and downloadable versions of these for you to take home. So there's a lot of takeaways here. Proven way to think about numbers, a better way to communicate numbers for all your stakeholders. So if you're on a board somewhere and you wish that company had a better view of numbers, we can help with that. But also you get actually a set of tools that come out of this. And during the workshop, depending on the length, we'll actually help everyone work through these tools for building your scorecards, building your quarterly annual metrics, and so on. So it's a great workshop. We've seen a lot of people really advance their discipline and their mastery of numbers going through this. Hope you find this interesting.